I feel true strength from you.
I'm pretty certain there are many people who have been saved. As long as you remain the way you are, we will be able to rely on you and will have hope.
Mother, wait!
Be strong, my daughter.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the series where we're counting down the top Dynasty Warriors characters as of the latest game. Coming in at number 36, we have the God of War's daughter, Guan Yinping. Guan Yinping is Guan Yu's youngest child who initially learned martial arts for self-defense, only to develop an interest in it during the course of her training. She is the younger sibling of Guan Ping, Guan Xing, and Guan Suo, and after her father's passing, she would go on to fight in many battles in the name of the Shu Kingdom. Before we jump into how Guan Yinping has changed from Dynasty Warriors 8 to Dynasty Warriors 9, let's take a look at the popularity polls to see why Guan Yinping is all the way up here in number 36. In the first popularity poll, Guan Yinping receives 1,051 votes out of a total of over 75,000 votes, putting her at the 29th spot. In the second popularity poll, Guan Yinping jumps all the way up to the 6th position, breaking the top 10 in the second poll. Very impressive to see her all the way up there. That is quite the interesting ranking for her. And then my personal rankings, very, very unfortunate. She's going to drop all the way down to the 79th position. Now, in my defense, before, any Guan Yinping fans come after me, when I made this list 3 years ago, I didn't really have an impression of Guan Yinping. I was only going off of her appearance, what weapon she was given, and then like the limited interaction I saw from her in Dynasty Warriors 8. Also back then I did not have, I didn't have as much of an interaction, and going through her story and many other Shu Kingdom stories, like Shu officer stories, I didn't really have the opportunity to get to really know Guan Yinping. And that's why she's so low for me. Playing through both of her stories in Dynasty Warriors 8 and Dynasty Warriors 9, and then also playing through again those other characters that involve the relationship with Guan Yinping, she would be so much higher for me in the next popularity poll, or at least the rankings for me in general, because Guan Yinping, hands down, at least right now, she has one of the best personalities in terms of like female characters. I really, really like her personality. It's a very bubbly, upbeat, very friendly, like I want to say almost like inspiring in a sense, because she like makes me want to go to fight and like train, and whatever she's like, she's talking about, or whatever she's discussing, or she's just really excited all the time. She's really happy, even though she goes through a lot of heartbreak, and she deals with a lot of things with, the Battle of Fawn Castle and losing really close people to her, her family, her father, her brother, all that stuff. She maintains the ability to keep that upbeat personality, and even in moments when she's kind of sad or kind of down, I don't know, she just has a really good personality. Her voice acting in Dynasty Warriors 9 probably sold it for me. I mean, she did a really good job with Guan Yinping, really brought to life her personality. And in the next rankings, I swear, Guan Yinping's gonna be a lot higher for me. I really enjoyed her personality. Probably my favorite female character in terms of personality. Before we jump into how Guan Yinping has changed, she doesn't have a lot of changes because she was introduced in Dynasty Warriors 8, so she's only gonna have changes from Dynasty Warriors 8 to Dynasty Warriors 9. Let's talk a little bit about Guan Yinping for people who don't know. So like I said, Guan Yinping is the daughter of Guan Yu and the youngest out of all of Guan Yu's children. There isn't a lot of like information for Guan Yinping. I don't think she's even like the name Guan Yinping is a fictional name given to Guan Yu's daughter, and there's not a lot of information, and that's pretty much it. There's not really much else there. Again, her personality is really, really cool. She has a very innocent appearance, and she has incredible strength, and she strives to be just as strong as her father. Just like all the children of Guan Yu, they all want to be like their dad because he's the god of war. They have this standard, this expectation to become almost as good as him. But in terms of information of the character herself, they added her into the game primarily due to the popularity in folktales and myths. It's really easy to become captivated by her personality, at least for me. Like, again, I didn't have an impression of Guan Yinping, a very small interaction with the character, very limited interaction with Dynasty Warriors 8. She didn't really play much of a role. I mean, she was there, she had her moments when she talked a little bit while they were at Fawn Castle, but that's pretty much it. Dynasty Warriors 9, they really dove deep into her relationships and the role that she played within the game. A lot of relationships she built, and a lot of she's part of a lot of the endings for some of the Shu characters, and definitely plays a bigger role in Dynasty Warriors 9. It was really cool to see, and again, just that personality that she has, very alluring kind of personality, someone you want to be around. You know, she has that good energy, and I really enjoyed her personality within Dynasty Warriors 9. That really would definitely raise her ranking for me personally. But I guess with that being said, since there's not a lot around her history, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into her changes. She's not going to have too crazy of changes because she's only been in 2 games so far. So I guess we'll start off with her weapon style. So this is probably the least favorite part of the character for me personally, and that's only because her weapon style is a little unrealistic and it's kind of slow. Like even like both weapons, it's kind of a slow weapon. So in the first game, she gets the double-headed flail. And then in the second game, she gets a mace. She gets the mace that Xiahou Dun actually uses from Dynasty Warriors 6. So when I originally saw that in Dynasty Warriors 9, I saw that she was using that weapon. That's honestly what made the likability for the character go down with the limited interaction that I had back then, because it's so unrealistic. Like, I understand she is the daughter of the God of War, and maybe she inherited some sort of physical strength from her dad, and she can actually pick up that weapon with one arm and swing it around no problem. But it's just, the thing is like twice her size, and it's just very unrealistic for her. Definitely adds that persona of like that innocent look, but she's like really strong because he's like got this innocent bubbly personality, but she's swinging around this giant mace with spikes on the end. And I totally get it, totally fits the character, whatever, but I just don't think it fits her realistically. And that's where the rankings kind of came in for me, because again, this was just based on the way she looked and what she had. I didn't really know who she was. Now moving on to her appearance is just fine. She looks pretty good in both games. Like I said before, the reason she was so low for me was just because of the weapon style and the way she looked like physically, not because of like what she was wearing. She looks fine appearance wise, her outfit's cool, the character herself looks cool, don't have anything to complain about there. Mainly for me, again, just the weapon style that really, again, affected that ranking back when I made it a few years ago. And then moving on to her voice acting, she has 2 different voice actors for Dynasty Warriors 8 and Dynasty Warriors 9. Again, I really like the Dynasty Warriors 9 voice actor. I think she did her really, really well. It really added to her personality and just the ability for her to add that alluring factor where it really made me like the character just the way she sounded.
But this emergency at Chengdu, what could have happened?
Can't complain at all about the voice acting. It fit her very well, fit her personality, and overall made her a really enjoyable character to play as, and of course see her interactions with her fellow officers and with other people within the kingdom. It's just, her voice actor did a really good job, so I can't complain too much about that. Alright, now moving on to her relationships, her significant battles, and her death. We're going to do her relationships because that's mainly the big thing. Her death wasn't really discussed at all. She might have succumbed to illness or, died of old age at some point, but we don't have any data. I don't really know what happens to her. I mean, she just, we don't know. And then her significant battles is mainly the Battle of Fawn Castle, and then she plays like other roles in the other battles, but nothing like too significant to where it was like it would stand out. But other than that, she doesn't really have any other like really significant battles within the series. But her relationships, so the main ones of course she's going to have is with Guan Yu, Guan Xing, Guan Ping, and Guan Suo. This is her family. She's going to be the closest to them. And throughout the games, in Dynasty Warriors 8, that's what mainly her relationships is the relationship with her family. And then Dynasty Warriors 9, she expands out more to like Jing Sai, Ma Dai, Zhang Bao, maybe even Zheng Wei a little bit. And then like really, really, really minor relationship with like Zhuge Liang and Liu Shan, and maybe even Zhao Yun. But mainly later on, she focuses on Jing Sai, Ma Dai, and Zheng Bao. So her relationship with Zheng Bao is like an older brother kind of relationship. Zheng Bao is the son of Zhang Fei, and Guan Yinping is the daughter of Guan Yu. Their children are all like pretty much brother and sisters. She's actually part of Zheng Bao's ending. She's actually there like with him, so they definitely have a close relationship just because they are the children of their fathers who were sworn brothers, so that kind of makes them brothers and sisters by default. And then her relationship with Ma Dai is more of I guess a mentor kind of relationship. He was a lot older than Guan Yinping, and he was one of the generals as the, bigger generals were starting to die. Zhao Yun, Ma Chao, Wei Yan, they were all starting to pass away. So Ma Dai was stepping up and like being the leader for like the young ones. And that's kind of the relationship they had, that mentor and almost student relationship. And then of course with Jing Sai, this is probably the closest relationship she has outside of her family because they train together, and Jing Sai is part of Guan Yinping's ending, and they have a very close relationship. They're both the daughters of their respective fathers. That bond is there by default, and you can see that relationship kind of develop in Dynasty Warriors 9. Again, Dynasty Warriors 8, it was mainly the family she had a relationship with. She didn't really have a relationship with the other characters that I mentioned, but very close with Jing Sai. They were almost like sisters, and they really had that relationship all the way up until the end of her story. But that's pretty much all I have for Guan Yinping here. There's not a lot of information around her. She's very unknown. You know, she's not even technically a real character. The name Guan Yinping was given to Guan Yu's daughter, a fictional name, and then everything surrounding her is, you know, myth, or it's like it's a folk tale. It's not real. So there's not a lot of information there. But within the game, within the series, she's a really cool character. And in my next rankings, again, she's going to be higher. Did her dirty with this last rankings. But again, back then, I didn't really know who she was. I just saw who she was. I saw what weapon she had. She had Xiahou Dun's old weapon from Dynasty Warriors 6. And I was like, why did they give that weapon to her? Like, I understand they giving it to Pang De, but why are you giving it to Guan Yinping? Like, the weapon's fine now. I still don't agree with it 100%, but it kind of fits, again, that persona that, you know, they're trying to make her that innocent, like, oh, she's so cute and sweet, but then she pulls out this giant mace, and you're like, oh, she might actually be kind of strong, and I can see the appeal there. And again, personality is the biggest draw for me. Really love her personality. That's what drew me to the character. That's what made me really like the character a lot more, playing through her story and then everybody else's and seeing her relationships. That was awesome. Loved it. And I'm excited to see what she looks like in Dynasty Warriors 10. But that's all I have for Guan Yinping here, guys. Number 35 is going to be coming out here soon. Halfway through the 30s. It's getting pretty interesting with all the characters coming out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Let me know what you guys think about Guan Yinping. She was 6th in that second popularity poll, so there's a lot of people out there that like her. And let me know what you guys think. If I missed anything, if there is some information out there that I don't know, let me know down below. But that's all I have, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, definitely appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.